1.5 miles from where it was taken, but her backpack that was inside the car was nowhere to be found. That backpack, she says, contained important documents for her children.
My backpack that had my kid's social card, birth certificates, title, and they also took my keys, so I can't get anywhere. I just need everything that was in that car. Like that's important stuff that I really need, and I cannot afford to lose that.
If you have any information about the suspects or what happened, you're asked to give police a call. And the FDA released their latest numbers on teens and vaping. More than 2 million middle school and high school students are using e-cigarettes.
An increase of more than 20% from last year. More than 42% of teens say they're frequent users. 1 in 4 say they use e-cigarettes every day. That's why a West Michigan mom is working to prevent teens from using e-cigs. She warns parents to talk to their kids about vaping.
And addiction is scary. I mean, even if these kids, they're spending so much money on these products because they can't stop. There's no portion control. They're sleeping with them under their pillows sometimes. I've seen kids in rehab. I mean, we've seen kids having lung replacements because they've had serious reactions.
Vaping can cause anxiety, depression, and gastrointestinal problems. Some parents say flavored e-cigarettes should be banned to keep kids from wanting to use them.
Many teens now facing the decision to quit vaping. We've got a list of programs here showing where you can find help at the press of a button. Text programs and call lines like those listed here can instantly put you in touch with an expert. And new apps like Quit Start also provide daily challenges to help you quit for good. Visit teen.smokefree.gov to find out more about resources to quit.
Today, the third trial continues in the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Thursday heard testimony from an FBI agent. The agent referenced screenshots from online chat rooms, including explosive instructions from the anarchist cookbook. These posts were created by members of the Wolverine Watchmen, a paramilitary group whose members allegedly conspired to kidnap and kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Meanwhile, Caleb Franks, the second man to plead guilty in the kidnapping plot, sentenced to 4 years in prison. Franks was rewarded for his testimony in previous trials, but received a longer sentence than Ty Garbin. Garbin pled guilty earlier and quickly cooperated with investigators.
It's Friday, that time of the week again. We've got high school football all across West Michigan tonight.
Our game of the week this week is Ravenna versus North Muskegon. Ravenna travels to North Muskegon with both teams unbeaten in conference play. The Bulldogs have just one divisional game left after this game, meaning a win will guarantee at least a share of the title. The Bulldogs have won 4 state championships since 1994, but Ravenna's last conference crown was won back in 2001.
For the Norse, their last conference title was in 1986. This group has a golden opportunity to change that. Led by sophomore QB James Tuwong, injured in the last season's 17-6 loss to Ravenna, had to watch his team then lose to the Bulldogs by a single point in the first round of the playoffs. The excitement kicks off in North Muskegon tonight. And switching gears from high school football, we go to the NFL now.
Yeah, the Lions head east to face off against the Patriots on Sunday.
After a devastating loss to those Seahawks last weekend, the Lions, itching for the W, fell by 3 points, leaving them 1-3. The Patriots, though, they're 1-3 as well. Lions haven't had any trouble scoring this season. They've had some high-scoring games. They're just struggling to get the win. However, they've got a fighting chance. 2 of the Patriots' starting QBs out on injury. And remember, we are your home for the Lions in West Michigan. Tune in with us Sunday at 1 o'clock for kickoff. It is 8:09 right now.
Yeah.
And we've got Isabella here with our football forecast.
It's going to be a chilly one. Temperatures at kickoff just 50 degrees. I've got your full forecast coming up.
And later, a new unit coming to the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety will take you inside their training.
Floridians cleaning up after Hurricane Ian. The latest on recovery efforts.
And we want to wish a very happy birthday to Jariah, who's turning 11 years old. Benson's turning 2 today. Carter's turning 7 years old, and Austin is also turning 11 today. We'll celebrate your child too. Send an email to mornings@fox17online.com.
Happy birthday, gentlemen. Have a great day.
Crews are slowly restoring access to some of the harder hit areas of Southwest Florida. Officials working on ways to get people access to barrier islands. This rebuild could take years. Meanwhile, power has been restored to the majority of customers who lost electricity. Florida's largest power utility, Florida Power and Light, says crews are working around the clock to get the lights back on. But for those in devastated areas like Fort Myers Beach, this process could take much longer.
Many buildings are unsafe and need to be inspected before they can actually have the power turned back on, even when we have power in the area.
This weekend, the area will see its first significant rainfall since Hurricane Ian. And since then, a lot of people have been cleaning up their homes. There's been a lot of damage. And I have family out there who's still going through some of that rubble of what's left of their home. So it's kind of nerve-wracking to be with some of this rain expected.
But your family was okay, right?
Yes,
okay.
Thankfully, everyone is safe. So that's the most important,
they have
obviously.
Power?
They do have power, yes.
Good.
Thankfully.
Okay.
So that's good. My uncle does not have power. My parents have power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So.
My goodness. Meteorologist Isabella Holzheiser here in studio with us. I mean, we just breathe a sigh of relief in West Michigan to not be seeing that destruction this morning.
Absolutely. Instead, we're trading it in for some cooler temperatures, especially over the next 2 weeks. We can continue to expect those cooler temperatures and a little bit cooler than average, which tends to be those mid to lower 60s for this time of year. And we'll even see that temperature dive even further down headed into the remainder of next week. Right now, the sun is shining. We're starting to see those clouds disappearing, but temperatures still pretty chilly. 37 degrees out there. The feels like temperatures are what we should be paying attention to. 32 degrees. It feels like freezing. So this morning you need to make sure to bundle up, and if you're sending your kiddos out to school, bundle them up too, because it's going to be a chilly one out there. Winds have died down a little bit within the last hour, but they'll continue to stay pushing through the region at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. When it comes to our temperatures, many of us in those mid to upper 30s, even the lower 40s in some spots, but we're still pretty chilly. We're going to hold on to these cooler temperatures for the next couple of hours. That's also because we're being infused with this cooler air coming from the north at about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Some spots are clocking in gusts in those teens and 20s, so we could see a couple of those stronger wind gusts pushing through the region as well. Satellite radar showing just a couple of those scattered clouds this morning. Showers over the lake pretty far out there, but we could start to see some of them popping up along the lakeshore, bringing us a couple lake effect showers. That would be this morning and into this afternoon. Should clear by this evening. We've got a lot of clearing behind those lake effect showers, so we can expect to see that headed into the weekend. Not only that, but some cooler air tonight and clearing will make for the potential for some frost and for a nice hard freeze. Frost advisory and the freeze watch are in effect overnight tonight into 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you want your plants to live another day, I would suggest bringing them in. This could be the end of our growing season. We'll continue to see a couple of those pop-up showers along the lakeshore for the remainder of today. Lots of clearing going on overnight into our Saturday. We'll see those winds really ramp up from the west. That will help warm us up into next week, but we are going to see a couple of those clouds passing by, a little bit of cloud development headed into your Sunday. Things looking still nice and sunny headed into the beginning of next week. For today, temperatures rise 51 degrees, lake effect showers in the morning and the mid-afternoon. It'll be chilly as well as breezy. For tonight, temperatures dip down 33 degrees, mostly clear out there. Frost and freeze. We got to make sure that you bring those plants in if you want them to live another day. We'll see cooler temperatures headed into tomorrow, but we'll slowly start to warm back up. Temperatures on the rebound for next week. Lots of sunshine on Sunday, a little bit more cloud cover on Monday, but we'll see that cloud cover dissipate by Tuesday. Chances for showers on Wednesday and Thursday, but those showers pushing through, bringing the chance to drop our temperatures into the 50s.
West Michigan, we still have traffic moving along, working back towards posted speeds as we've had some usual slowdown spots for your morning commute. Of course, everyone working into downtown Grand Rapids, even I-196 in Ottawa County having some slow spots through construction as well. And speaking of construction, let's talk about I-94. It's the eastbound lanes that have had a traffic shift in both lanes this week, working from 40th Street all the way to Columbiana Avenue. And that shift is due to some bridge repairs. So something you ran into new this week that continues through the end of the month. For now, I'm Candace Monticelli, Fox 17 Traffic.
Thank you so much. Well, the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety launching their new bike unit. Just wrapping up a final day of training here. It's working to be on site for special events like parades, festivals, concerts, sporting events. KDPS plans to hire 12 officers for the unit. They were required to do 40 hours of agility training tests that you're watching them do right here.
We're finding now with the growth downtown that a lot of our special events, they tend to get pretty big. And like I said, when we excuse me, when we're responding to those, a lot of times it's very difficult to get a vehicle down there. These can get there rapidly and assist with anything that we need, whether it be traffic control, medical, or police.
The unit hopes to better connect with our community. Although they're starting with 12 officers, the goal here is to hire more. It is 8:18, still to come this morning.
We're speaking to someone from Michigan State Police to get some details on how you can help with their big winter coat drive. That's after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, if you've been outside this morning, it's getting a little chilly out there, and our Isabella Holzheiser, she's telling us, hey, those temperatures, they're going to be sticking around now. We're in the middle of October, basically.
I know, it's getting too cold for my liking, but well, most of us just reach in a little deeper into the closet to break out our winter coats. Some people need a new coat for the season, and of course, they can be expensive. That's why state troopers are teaming up with In the Image to hold their 2022 winter coat drive. Well, joining us in studio is Motor Carry Officer Daniel Dischler. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Daniel.
Well, thank you for having me.
So tell us all about, is this the first year kind of doing this coat drive? Kind of tell us about what it entails.
Okay. This is the second year the Michigan State Police is conducting the coat drive. Last year, the 6th District Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division started it, and it quickly spread across the state with the majority of our state police posts participating in it. I believe we collected 155 coats in the 6th District last year and 355 coats statewide.
Wow, that's so great.
How did this event get started? It's such a great opportunity for people to get rid of some of those coats or maybe even buy new ones for people who need them.
So it got started with Officer Jessica Penn. She started it with the Image last year, and the word of it got out pretty quickly, and command suggested that it go to a statewide event.
So folks are at home right now and they want to help out. What kind of donations are you all accepting at the drive?
They're accepting new and slightly used coats. They would accept hats, gloves, and snow pants. We got a few of those last year as well.
Okay, great.
And now tell us a little bit about where those donations are going once they're collected.
The donations are going to Grand Rapids and neighboring neighborhoods.
Okay.
Given to schools or?
It's going to be a little bit of everything. So the sizes that they're accepting are any size from child to adult.
Oh, great.
Anywhere and everywhere.
Okay.
I believe the Image is the one who, or In the Image is the ones who distribute it.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I had a coat in the back of my closet that it's gently used, but I thought, I don't need it, might be a good place to give.
Yes, yeah. And the places that are giving it that are accepting them right now is for sure Grand Rapids and Lakeview, and then the Ionia Way Station. There are going to be other ones that are accepting it, and there is a flyer going around that has the contact information for those posts.
Okay.
And how long is this going on for?
It's going on from October 1st to November 25th.
So it's already underway right now. And so you just drop off at those posts then?
Yep, drop off. There will be boxes in there. Drop off during normal business hours.
Easy enough.
Yeah, such a quick and easy process. People can go through their closets. I'm sure there's a lot of people who need to do a little cleaning. So a good cause. And thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks, Officer Dischler. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
8:24 still to come.
The November election is just around the corner and absentee ballots are starting to go out. But all you need to know if you're planning on voting absentee.
Davis back from his honor flight. We take a look back on his time in D.C. after the break. Fox 17 Morning News. If you're voting absentee, you might have questions about how to get a ballot or maybe how to turn it in. So we answer them coming up.
And some major money from the state from the American Rescue Plan, how that money will help people get internet access across the state.
I'm in D.C.
That's an excited Davis there on his fabulous trip on the honor flight to D.C. We take a recap coming up.
You're watching Fox 17 Morning News.
Good morning, everyone. 8:27. Thank you for staying with us. TGIF, ladies.
Yes, TGIF.
Woohoo. Fun weekend plans, anybody?
Well, it's our Wednesday, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're halfway through
that's
our
true.
work
I know
week.
we're both traveling. Yeah, we're both traveling. Yeah. I'm off all next week, so I'm like on vacation mode in my head. I know.
Florida?
So, yes, Florida. A little Florida adventure.
that'll be a nice little
That'll be
getaway.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
And a better weather than here.
Yeah, it's going to be hot and humid, but they have some rain, which they don't need rain right
my
now.
gosh, right?
Yeah, so a little scary situation for them. But
Yeah. Well, Pulaski Days is coming up. What can we expect this weekend?
For it to be chilly. I know. I'll be the bearer of bad news. It's going to be a little bit chilly, especially tonight. We actually have a frost advisory and a freeze watch. They do take effect overnight tonight, and they expire tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So if you have any of your vulnerable plants still outside, first of all, what are you doing? And second of all, bring them inside so they can live another day, or at least until next season, right? For all of you with a green thumb. When it comes to satellite and radar, we're seeing a couple of clouds here in